Welcome to my channel. Have you ever felt nervous when speaking English? Have you ever wanted to talk but your mind goes blank? Do you freeze when someone asks you a question in English? You are not alone. Many English learners feel the same way. But here is something very important. There is a secret method that can make speaking English easier, faster, and more confident. And the best part, you can do it all by yourself. Yes, you heard me right. Today, I will show you how to master talking alone. This simple practice can change your English completely. If you follow it, every day will bring improvement. Every day will bring confidence. And every day, you will feel proud of yourself. So stay with me till the end, because what I'm going to share can actually change the way you speak forever. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do, even if you are a complete beginner. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Talking alone might sound strange to many people. You might even feel a little embarrassed to speak English when nobody is around. But the truth is, talking alone is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English. Many beginners think that learning English is only about reading, listening, or writing. They forget the most important skill: speaking. Speaking is action. It is practice. And speaking alone gives you the freedom to practice without fear. When you speak alone, nobody can judge you. Nobody can interrupt you. Nobody can laugh at your mistakes. This is your private space to grow. This is where real progress begins. The first reason talking alone is so powerful is that it trains your brain to think in English. Many beginners translate in their head. They think in their own language and then try to speak English. This slows down speaking and creates mistakes. But when you speak alone, you start training your brain to use English naturally. You describe what you see, what you feel, and what you are doing. You use English in your own life. Slowly, your brain stops translating. It starts thinking in English. And this is the moment your speaking improves faster than before. Another important point is that talking alone gives you confidence. Confidence does not come from knowing thousands of words or perfect grammar. Confidence comes from action. Confidence comes from practice. When you speak alone every day, even for 5 or 10 minutes, you are taking action. You are building your English muscles. Just like exercise, one day in the gym does not make you strong. But consistent practice does. One day of speaking alone will not make you fluent. But speaking every day will slowly make you confident. You will notice that mistakes do not scare you anymore. You will see improvement, and that will motivate you to continue. Many beginners make a big mistake. They think speaking alone is useless. They say, "I want to speak with other people. Talking to myself will not help." But the truth is very different. Talking alone prepares you for real conversations. Imagine you are about to meet someone and speak in English. You will feel nervous. You will not know what to say. But if you have been talking alone for weeks or months, your mind is already ready. You have practiced sentences, ideas, and questions. You have spoken about daily life, about your thoughts, and about your dreams. Talking alone is a rehearsal for real life. It is practice without pressure. So how do you start? You do not need complicated lessons. You do not need a notebook full of grammar rules. You only need one thing. Start speaking. Begin with simple sentences. I am sitting. I am drinking water. I am learning English. These sentences are small, but they are powerful. They are your first steps. Then slowly, you describe your surroundings. I see a book on the table. The sun is shining outside. I am feeling happy today. Every small sentence adds practice. Every small sentence adds confidence. The key to success is consistency. Speak every day, even if it is only for a few minutes. Make it a habit. Some learners wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they know more words, until their pronunciation is perfect, until they are ready. But there is no perfect moment. The only moment is now. Start speaking today. Start with what you know. Start with small steps. Then slowly, you will speak longer sentences. You will describe your day. You will tell stories. You will ask yourself questions and answer them. This habit will create a big change in your English. Talking alone is also creative. When nobody is around, you can experiment. You can make mistakes without fear. You can try new words, new sentences, and new expressions. You can create your own English. And this is how fluency begins. Fluency is not just about words. Fluency is about thinking in English. Fluency is about expressing your thoughts naturally. And talking alone trains both of these skills. Finally, remember one very important point. Speaking alone is not a waste of time. It is not strange. It is not childish. It is smart. It is preparation. Every successful English speaker has done this. They have practiced, they have repeated, and they have spoken alone many times. And now they speak with confidence, clarity, and fluency. So today, you take your first step. Speak one sentence, then speak another. Describe your surroundings. Share your thoughts. Practice every day. Mistakes do not matter. Confidence matters. Action matters. Your English will grow. Your speaking will grow. And slowly, you will feel proud of yourself. Talking alone is your first secret to mastering English. And this is where your journey begins. By the end of this chapter, I want you to understand this truth clearly. Talking alone is not just practice. It is power. It is confidence. It is freedom. And it is your first step toward speaking English fluently. Start now. Speak now. And remember, every sentence you speak today is building the English you will speak tomorrow. If you follow this method every day, you will see results faster than you think. And the best part? You do not need anyone else. You only need yourself and the courage to speak. So take a deep breath. Start today and begin your journey. One sentence at a time. One day at a time. This is your first step to mastery. Chapter 2. Now that you understand why talking alone is so powerful, the next question is simple. How do you actually start? Many beginners feel stuck at this point. They think, I do not know enough words. I do not know grammar. I cannot speak yet. But here is the truth. You do not need a perfect vocabulary. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need to know everything. You only need to start. Speaking is not about perfection. Speaking is about action. And the sooner you start, the sooner you improve. The first step is to speak about what you know. Begin with very simple sentences. For example, you can say, I am sitting. I am drinking tea. I am learning English. These sentences may feel too small at first, but they are important. They are your first building blocks. You are training your mouth, your tongue, and your brain to work together. At first, it may feel strange to talk to yourself. You may feel shy. But this feeling is normal. Every English speaker has felt it. The key is to ignore the fear and speak anyway. After small sentences, move to describing your daily activities. This is where talking alone becomes practical and fun. You can describe simple things like your room, your clothes, or the weather. For example, my room is small. My table is brown. The sun is shining outside. You can even talk about what you are doing at the moment. I am drinking water. I am typing on my computer. I am listening to English. This may feel repetitive at first, but repetition is the key to learning. Your brain remembers patterns, sentences, and vocabulary through repetition. Next, add emotions to your sentences. This is a simple trick that makes speaking alone more engaging. For example, instead of saying, I am eating food, you can say, I am eating food. I feel happy because it is delicious. Or, I am walking outside. I feel tired but excited. Emotions make sentences longer, more natural, and more like real conversation. They also make learning more enjoyable. The more you enjoy speaking, the more you will do it every day. Another important technique is the daily life speaking method. This means speaking about whatever you are doing throughout the day. For example, if you are cooking, you talk about cooking. I am cutting vegetables. I am boiling water. I am making lunch. If you are walking, you can talk about your surroundings. I see cars. I see people. I feel the wind on my face. This method keeps your English active all day. It connects your language learning with real life. And the more you practice this way, the more natural English will become. Many beginners stop because they feel they have nothing to say. To solve this, ask yourself questions. Questions create natural conversation. You can ask simple questions and answer them. What am I doing now? I am learning English. Why am I learning English? Because I want to speak confidently. How do I feel today? I feel happy and motivated. Question and answer is a simple but very powerful technique. It makes your speaking active. It trains your brain to respond in English automatically. Consistency is another key point. Beginners often speak for one day and then stop, or they wait until they feel ready. But waiting is the biggest obstacle. The perfect time never comes. The perfect English never comes. The only way to improve is to speak every day. Even 5 minutes is enough at first. Speak every morning, every afternoon, and every evening. Small steps every day create big results over time. You can also use objects around you to start speaking. Look at your pen, your phone, your bag. Describe them. This is my pen. It is blue. I use it to write. This is my phone. I am typing on it. I am listening to English. Start small and simple, then gradually describe more. The sun is shining outside. The birds are singing. I feel happy because it is a beautiful day. Your sentences will naturally grow longer and more creative with practice. A very helpful technique for beginners is speaking out loud in front of a mirror. This may feel strange at first, but it is extremely effective. You see your face, your lips, and your expressions. You hear your own voice. You notice pronunciation and intonation. You practice confidence. Mirror speaking also helps you connect your words with your feelings. It trains your brain to see yourself as a speaker. Over time, this practice makes speaking in front of others much easier. Remember, mistakes are normal. In fact, mistakes are good. They are proof that you are practicing. Do not stop because of mistakes. Every word you speak, even if it is wrong, is a step forward. English is not about perfection. It is about communication. Talking alone allows you to make mistakes safely. It allows you to experiment with new words and sentences. The more you practice, the more confident and accurate your English will become. So today, start with one sentence, then speak another. Describe your surroundings. Describe your actions. Ask yourself questions and answer them. Add your feelings and thoughts. Speak every day, even for a few minutes. Make it a habit. Do not wait. Action is the key. Your English will grow, your confidence will grow, and slowly you will see real progress. Talking alone is your most powerful tool as a beginner, and today is the best day to start using it. Chapter 3. Now that you have started talking alone and practicing every day, it is time to take your speaking to the next level. Many beginners reach this point and feel excited, but then they stop because they repeat the same short sentences over and over. You might say, I am eating, I am walking, I am learning English. These sentences are good for starting, but if you want real improvement, you need to build longer sentences. You need to connect ideas. You need to tell small stories. This is where English starts to feel alive, and this is where your confidence grows even more. The first step is learning to connect ideas with simple words. Words like and, but, and because are very powerful. They help you make longer sentences and express more than one thought. For example, instead of saying, I am tired, I am happy, you can say, I am tired, but I am happy because I learned something new today. This sentence is simple, but it shows a connection between your feelings and actions. It also makes your speaking sound more natural. Using small connectors like this every day helps your sentences grow longer without effort. Next, we add storytelling. Yes, you can tell stories even when you are alone. Storytelling is one of the most effective ways to practice English. Start with your day. Today, I woke up early. I brushed my teeth and drank water. I went outside and saw the sun. It was shining and the birds were singing. I felt happy because it was a beautiful morning. This is a small story, but it uses sentences, emotions, and connections. Storytelling trains your brain to think in English. It trains your mouth to speak naturally. And it trains your mind to use words in context. Another important point is using questions in your stories. Ask yourself questions and answer them. What did I do today? I went for a walk. How did I feel? I felt excited. Why did I feel excited? Because the weather was perfect and I had free time to practice English. This technique makes your speaking more interactive, even if you are alone. It creates the feeling of a real conversation. You are not just repeating words. You are thinking, expressing, and answering. This is the kind of practice that makes speaking easier when you talk to others. At this stage, pronunciation and clarity become important. While speaking alone, listen carefully to how you pronounce words. Speak slowly if you need to. Do not rush. It is better to speak clearly than quickly. If you do not know a word, describe it with other words. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, I am holding something to protect me from the rain. This is very powerful because it allows you to continue speaking without stopping. It also trains your brain to think creatively in English. You can also introduce imagination in your stories. Talking alone gives you a safe space to experiment. You can imagine situations, travel to new places, or create characters. For example, I am walking in a park. I see a little dog. The dog is running and playing. I feel happy because it reminds me of my childhood. This is a small story, but it uses imagination, emotions, and connection. Imagination makes speaking enjoyable. It makes you excited to speak every day. It also builds vocabulary naturally because you will look for words to describe what you imagine. At this stage, repetition is still very important. Speak about the same story in different ways. Try new words, change the sentences, and experiment with emotions. For example, the dog is small and brown. It is running fast. I smile because it is very cute. Then, I see a tiny brown dog. It is running quickly. I feel joy because it is adorable. Both sentences mean the same, but your brain and mouth are learning flexibility. You are learning how to express the same idea in multiple ways. This is the key to fluency. Another very useful technique is to record your voice. When you speak alone, record your stories or sentences. Listen to them later. You will notice small mistakes, words you can improve, or sentences you can make better. Recording yourself is very powerful because it helps you hear your progress. At first, you might not like your voice. That is normal. Over time, you will notice improvement, and that will motivate you to speak even more. Finally, remember that mistakes are part of the process. Do not be afraid of them. Do not stop because a sentence is not perfect. Speaking alone is your practice ground. Every mistake teaches you something new. Every sentence you speak adds experience. Every small story you tell trains your brain to think in English naturally. Over time, your speaking becomes smooth, confident, and enjoyable. By now, your goal is to connect sentences, add emotions, tell stories, and use simple connectors. Speak about your day, your feelings, your thoughts, and even your imagination. Ask yourself questions. Answer them. Record your voice. Speak slowly and clearly. Experiment with new words and sentences. Do this every day, and you will notice big improvement. Your sentences will grow longer. Your thinking will become faster. Your confidence will rise. Chapter 3 is the stage where speaking becomes exciting. You are no longer just repeating simple sentences. You are creating ideas. You are telling stories. You are experimenting. This is the moment where English stops being a subject and starts being a tool. A tool to express yourself, your thoughts, and your feelings. Keep practicing, and soon you will be able to speak naturally, even with other people. Chapter 4. Now that you have learned how to build longer sentences and tell small stories while talking alone, it is time to focus on consistency. Many English learners start strong, but after a few days, they stop. They feel they have nothing to say. They feel bored. They feel stuck. This is normal. The key to overcoming this problem is a system, a daily speaking routine, a plan that guides you every day. Once you have a routine, talking alone becomes automatic. It becomes a habit. And habits are what turn practice into real progress. The first step is to divide your day into 3 simple parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. In the morning, talk about your plans for the day. Today I will wake up early. I will study English. I will go for a walk. I will eat healthy food. I want to be productive. This simple routine trains your brain to speak about the future. It also makes you organized and confident. When you talk about your day every morning, you are already preparing your mind for action. You are thinking in English before you even start your day. In the afternoon, talk about what you are doing. This keeps English connected to your life. You can speak about your work, your studies, or even small actions like cooking or cleaning. I am making lunch. I am cutting vegetables. I am stirring the pot. I am listening to English while cooking. When you describe your actions, you are not just speaking. You are practicing vocabulary, grammar, and sentence flow at the same time. Speaking about what you are doing turns your daily life into a powerful English lesson. In the evening, talk about what you did. Reflect on your day. This is one of the most powerful moments for practice. Today, I woke up early. I studied English. I went for a walk. I cooked food. I feel happy because I completed my tasks. Reflection creates awareness. It trains your mind to summarize ideas in English. It also trains you to express emotions and thoughts. When you do this every evening, you build a habit of speaking English without thinking too much. This routine makes English a natural part of your life. Sometimes, even with a routine, beginners feel stuck. They feel, I do not know what to say today. To solve this problem, we use the question method. Ask yourself simple questions and answer them. What did I eat today? How do I feel right now? What am I learning? What am I grateful for today? These questions are small, but they create natural conversation. You are training yourself to think in English. You are training yourself to express ideas without hesitation. Questions and answers make talking alone more dynamic. It keeps your brain active and engaged. Another helpful tip is to keep a small notebook or use your phone to write ideas. Before you start speaking, write 3 or 4 topics you want to talk about. Weather, breakfast, walking, English practice. These small notes give you direction. You will never feel empty or stuck. Then, start speaking about each topic for a few minutes. Describe, ask questions, answer questions, and add feelings. This method is simple, practical, and very effective for beginners. To make talking alone more interesting, use imagination. Do not only speak about real life. Imagine situations, stories, or conversations. I imagine I am traveling to a new country. I see new people. I am learning English with them. I am making friends. Imagination keeps your mind active. It makes speaking enjoyable. And when you use imagination every day, your English improves faster. You think in English. You speak freely. And you create sentences without translating. Consistency is the secret of success. You do not need hours of practice every day. Even 10 minutes is enough. The important thing is to speak every day. Make it a habit. Speak in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Make English a natural part of your day. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Habits stay. If you practice consistently, your English will grow automatically. You can also combine talking alone with small activities like recording your voice, speaking in front of a mirror, or describing objects around you. Every small activity adds value. It trains your brain, your mouth, and your confidence. Over time, you will see results. You will speak longer sentences. You will express ideas clearly. You will make fewer mistakes. And the best part? You will enjoy speaking English because it becomes part of your daily life. Finally, remember one important rule. Do not stop, even if your sentences are simple. Do not wait to learn more words before you speak. Speak with what you know. Speak every day. Gradually, your sentences will grow longer. Your ideas will flow faster. Your confidence will rise. This routine is your key to mastery. Talking alone will become natural. English will become part of your life. And one day, you will look back and see how far you have come. You will feel proud of yourself. Chapter 4 is about creating a daily system for talking alone. Morning, afternoon, evening. Questions, imagination, and reflection. Small steps every day lead to big results. This is the secret to speaking English naturally and confidently. Follow this routine, and your English journey will never stop. Your speaking will grow. Your confidence will grow. And you will enjoy every moment of it. Chapter 5. Now that you have a daily routine for talking alone, it is time to focus on something even more important: confidence. Confidence is the invisible force that makes your English flow. Without confidence, even the best vocabulary and grammar cannot help you speak well. Many learners know words and sentences, but they feel nervous when speaking. They pause, they hesitate, and sometimes they give up. Talking alone is not just about sentences. It is about building confidence step by step so that you can speak English freely, naturally, and without fear. The first step to building confidence is speaking slowly. Many beginners feel nervous and try to speak quickly. They think speaking fast will make them sound fluent. But the truth is different. Speaking slowly allows you to think clearly. It allows your brain to organize sentences. It allows your mouth to pronounce words properly. Even if your sentences are short at first, speaking slowly shows confidence. Over time, your speed will naturally increase. The key is to focus on clarity, not speed. Next, we introduce the mirror method. Stand in front of a mirror and speak. This may feel strange at first, but it is very powerful. When you see yourself speaking, your brain connects words with actions. You notice your mouth movements, your facial expressions, and your gestures. This visual feedback builds confidence. You feel like you are talking to someone else, even though you are alone. Mirror practice also allows you to experiment with emotions in your sentences. Smile, frown, or express excitement while speaking. This trains your brain to use emotions naturally when you speak with other people. Another powerful technique is voice recording. Recording your voice helps you track progress and notice mistakes. Speak a story, a description, or a daily routine. Then listen to it carefully. At first, you may notice pronunciation errors or awkward sentences. This is normal. Do not feel discouraged. Every mistake is an opportunity to improve. When you listen to your recordings, you also notice improvement over time. Your confidence grows because you see your own progress. You hear yourself getting better every day. Confidence also comes from practice with feelings. Emotions are a secret ingredient in speaking. When you add feelings to your sentences, your English becomes alive. For example, instead of saying, "I am eating food," you can say, "I am eating food. I feel happy because it tastes very good." Or, "I am walking outside. I feel relaxed because the weather is nice." Emotions make your sentences longer, natural, and engaging. They also make you feel proud while speaking. You are not just practicing English. You are expressing yourself. This is a huge confidence booster. A very effective method to build confidence is speaking about achievements. Even small achievements count. For example, today I spoke English for 10 minutes. I made some mistakes, but I finished. I feel proud of myself. Or, I learned 3 new words today. I used them in sentences. I feel happy because I am improving. Talking about your progress reinforces belief in yourself. It trains your brain to focus on success instead of fear. The more you celebrate small victories, the more confident you become. Visualization is another secret tool for confidence. Before speaking, close your eyes and imagine yourself speaking English confidently to a friend. Imagine the words flowing naturally. Imagine smiling, laughing, and enjoying the conversation. When you practice talking alone after visualization, it becomes easier. Your brain has already imagined success. Visualization trains your mind to believe in your abilities. Confidence grows because your mind knows what success feels like. It is also important to speak without fear of mistakes. Many learners pause, worry, or start over because they think their English must be perfect. But perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal. Every sentence you speak, even if it has errors, is progress. Talking alone is your safe space to make mistakes. The more mistakes you make in practice, the fewer mistakes you make in real conversations. Confidence grows when you accept mistakes as part of the learning process. Another tip is to combine confidence with routine. Speak every day at the same time. Use the morning, afternoon, and evening routine. Record yourself. Speak in front of a mirror. Speak about emotions, achievements, and stories. This combination of habit and confidence training is powerful. Over time, speaking English will feel natural. You will no longer be afraid. Your confidence will rise automatically. Finally, remember that confidence is built gradually. It does not come overnight. It comes from small actions repeated consistently. Every sentence you speak, every story you tell, every voice recording you listen to adds a little more confidence. Your brain starts believing in your abilities. Your mouth starts moving naturally. Your words start flowing without fear. And slowly, you become the person who speaks English freely, clearly, and confidently. Chapter 5 is about connecting action with confidence. Speak slowly, use a mirror, record your voice, add emotions, celebrate achievements, visualize success, accept mistakes. Follow your daily routine. Every step builds confidence. This is the secret behind fluent English. When you combine practice with confidence, talking alone transforms from simple repetition into powerful growth. You feel proud, you feel strong, you feel ready to speak English anywhere, anytime. Chapter 6. Now that you have learned how to start talking alone, build sentences, tell stories, create a daily routine, and build confidence, it is time to bring everything together. This is the final chapter, where we focus on transformation. Talking alone is not just a practice, it is preparation, it is growth. It is the bridge between silence and real conversations. If you follow all the steps we have discussed, you will notice a change. You will see yourself speaking longer sentences, thinking in English naturally, and feeling proud of every word you say. The first step in this transformation is understanding your progress. Look back at your first days of talking alone. Remember how small your sentences were. Maybe you only said, "I am sitting, I am eating." Now compare that to today. You can describe your day, tell small stories, add emotions, and even imagine situations. This is real progress. Every day of practice adds up. And when you see your own improvement, You feel motivated. Motivation grows because your actions are showing results. This is how transformation begins. Next, understand the power of preparation. Talking alone prepares you for real conversations. When you are alone, you can make mistakes safely. You can try new words, experiment with sentences, and speak without fear. You can practice questions and answers. You can describe situations, feelings, and stories. All of this prepares your brain to respond quickly in real-life conversations. When you meet someone, your mind already knows what to say. You are ready. Your confidence is ready. Your English is ready. Talking alone is the rehearsal before the performance, and every rehearsal makes your performance better. Another important step is connecting your routine with real life. You have your morning, afternoon, and evening routine. You ask yourself questions. You describe your surroundings. You tell stories. You practice emotions. You speak in front of a mirror and record your voice. These steps create a strong foundation. When real-life conversations happen, you can use what you practiced. You will notice that sentences come naturally. You do not freeze. You do not worry. You express yourself clearly. Talking alone has trained your brain, mouth, and confidence all at once. At this stage, it is important to think about long-term consistency. Transformation is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process. Even after you start speaking confidently, you must continue talking alone. Even 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Consistency turns practice into skill. It turns skill into habit, and it turns habit into mastery. Every day you speak alone, you strengthen your English muscles. You strengthen your confidence. You strengthen your voice. This is how you move from being a learner to being a speaker. Visualization and imagination also play a key role in your transformation. Imagine yourself in different situations speaking English confidently. Imagine introducing yourself to new people. Imagine giving your opinion in a group. Imagine explaining your thoughts clearly. When you practice talking alone, include these imaginary situations. Speak as if you are already there. This trains your mind to be ready for real life. You feel prepared, and preparation creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates results. Mistakes remain a part of this journey, even at the advanced stage. Every successful English speaker has made mistakes. The difference is that they did not stop. They continued. They spoke, corrected themselves, and improved. Talking alone teaches you to accept mistakes as part of growth. Each mistake is a lesson. Each sentence you speak is a step forward. Over time, mistakes become smaller. Your sentences become stronger. Your confidence grows. Your voice becomes powerful. Reflection is another crucial tool. At the end of each day, reflect on your practice. Ask yourself questions. What did I say today? What sentences were difficult? What words did I use? How did I feel while speaking? Reflection reinforces learning. It allows you to notice progress. It also keeps you motivated. You begin to see the bigger picture. You realize that small daily actions have created real change. Finally, let's talk about inspiration. Talking alone is not just about English. It is about your growth as a person. Every sentence you speak builds courage. Every story you tell builds confidence. Every day of practice builds discipline. You are becoming someone who takes action, who does not wait, who believes in their journey. One day you will look back and say, I started with small sentences, and now I can speak English confidently. I can express myself. I can connect with the world. That is the true power of talking alone. Chapter 6 is the moment of transformation. It connects everything you have learned. Small sentences, longer sentences, stories, routine, questions, mirror practice, voice recordings, emotions, imagination, mistakes, and reflection. This chapter is about seeing the bigger picture. It is about feeling proud of your journey. It is about preparing for real conversations and opportunities. Your English is now part of your life. Your voice is your tool. Your confidence is your companion. And your journey has only just begun. When you practice consistently, speak with confidence, reflect daily, and imagine your future, your English will grow naturally. Talking alone becomes more than practice. It becomes transformation. You move from silence to speaking. You move from fear to confidence. You move from hesitation to freedom. And that is the most important lesson of all. Your voice can change your life. Your actions today will shape your English tomorrow.